Hi, it's Rob again, and this is my second installment on orientation to the Bay of Banderas. This is where we were before. We started down here at Boca de Tomatlan, which is a jumping off point for places like Yalapa. Come on, Yalapa. We went north to Amapas and Conchas Chinas, here in the southern part of Puerto Vallarta. We stopped momentarily downtown and saw a couple of interesting neighborhoods: Versailles, Fluvial, the hotel zone, which is right in here. We went to my favorite area, which is the marina, right here. Took a look at some of these hotels. Today we're going to march on north and take a look at the North Shore. That's obviously the airport. Just over the just across the just above the airport is the Rio Ameca, which divides the state of Jalisco and the state of Nayarit. Let's zoom out for a moment. So you can see the river. Just north of the river is a little red dot that says Shore2. This Shore2 is home to, well, actually this complex is just a little to the left, but it's a hotel and entertainment complex developed by Vedanta Group, and they're investing millions of dollars in this project. They'll have a venue for Cirque du Soleil performances starting next year, and it's a 2,500-acre resort with 5 hotels, luxury hotels. Nuevo Vallarta, just north, is one of the fastest growing and most successful real estate developments north of downtown. It's got a full spectrum of homes and condos, some set back in this residential area. You notice, see the sign that says El Tigre. These are $1 million homes, and the place to live if you want to impress your neighbors. There's the marina. Whoa. And the marina forms kind of a canal. You can see it's pretty long. It goes all the way down here. And there are 3 bridges over the canal that let you onto the waterfront, where the most famous feature is Paradise Village, which is an upscale shopping area. Nuevo Vallarta has something like 4 miles of beaches, and they're wide, clean, sandy, and they just keep going. It goes all the way up to Bucerias, through Bucerias as we go north. You can see those. Nuevo is deliberately upscale. The Paradise Village villas start at 350,000 homes in the residential area called El Tigre that we looked at a minute ago. Let's just get back there real fast. Well, we're not going to get there real fast because I just got lost. These homes in El Tigre are $1 million homes. I think I said that already. Here's Bucerias, and I know because the sign says Bucerias, even though I don't fly over Bucerias either. Bucerias is interesting. It's, whoa. It's a little of old Mexico. It's got lots of character and sort of reflects the strong culture of Mexico, and a lot in the architecture, the beach, the seaside restaurants, the people on the beach. Bucerias homes tend to be older, featuring more classic architecture, and can be quite affordable depending on the location. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this section of Bucerias here where it says Bucerias and you see the little red dot. In that area they have the open market and they have seaside restaurants. It's dirty and congested. I think some of the more interesting developments and some of the more upscale developments are north of Bucerias, and we'll just follow the coast here. I don't know what Los Amores is, but this is where you find, and I can't point them out to you because I don't know the area well enough, but condos Villa de Estancia, north of Bucerias, are marketed around $750,000. Bolongo beachfront condos start at $350,000. Boracay condos start at about $500,000. Here's the old highway, and if you want to go to Tepic or take a shortcut to Sayulita, you take this highway north. If you want to go the more interesting route and see La Cruz, take the turnoff here that you see that swoops around and goes to the left. So we're going to swoop around and go to the left. And that takes you to La Cruz de Guanacaste. Before we get there, I want to zoom out, and talk about a development that I think it's where all the dirt is that you see on the map. It's called Bay Nayar. Bay Nayar. And they have a big, colorful jaguar on their sign here on the highway, and again here on this entry road. They've owned this land for some time and are just starting to develop it into private condos and homes. And I believe they're also selling lots. I've gotten a day pass there several times just to have a place to hang out with my kids. It's nice. Bay Nayar. La Cruz de Guanacaste has kind of a laid-back feel to it. It was a small, quaint fishing village of about 1,600 people. It's still a small, quaint fishing village with about 1,600 people. But they also have a world-class marina with 340 slips. And they say that they can accommodate a boat, a yacht, up to 400 feet long, which sounds like a cruise ship to me, but anyway, they have a seaside promenade, outdoor theater, some very nice restaurants. I like the way the town is developing. It seems to be growing according to a plan. If I were going to purchase something in a quiet area with investment potential, I would purchase something in La Cruz de Guanacaste. I like to come here to the Sundays farmers markets or open air markets where they sell produce, handcrafts. See the spit sticking out into the water? That's covered with stalls all the way back here to the left where there's a big fish market. Lots of good things to eat. Me and the kids just have a great time there walking from one end to the other. And the stuff that I've purchased at the open air stalls is quality handmade things. Like I bought a wooden puzzle, for example, made of different kinds of wood, and they fit together to form, I think it's a tree, it's an image inside a frame. Makes a great gift. The kids play with it quite a bit. As opposed to the stuff that you buy in the Bucerias open air market or the open air market downtown in the river, near the River Quale, which frankly is mostly just junk. It's stuff that it looks like it was made in a Chinese factory and shipped over to Mexico. And that's no joke, it really is just junk. Sorry, but it's my video and I'll say what I want. They're not just developing along the beach. I've been to a development called Avalon, which is, I can't point to it, but it's up here above the highway in the hills, and it's eco-friendly, which means that they preserve a lot of open space. You can't see your neighbors. And then as part of the development, they have a beach club down somewhere in here. So you can drive down to your own beach club from your mountain condo. This is kind of how the North Shore is developing. Anytime you find a nice piece of land, especially something with beach around it, somebody comes in with millions of dollars and puts down either an all-inclusive hotel or a private development with condos and homes. And let's zoom out a little bit and go north. And we're going north along the coast toward Punta Mita. And you can see there are places that really have no beach, and there's nothing there. This is Google Maps in Mexico is a little out of date, but there's still nothing there. Until you get to, actually that looks like a nice beach. I'll bet there's something there now. I want to show you my favorite beach, which is called Playa Destiladeras. And I think, wait a minute. I think that was it. It's about halfway between La Cruz and Punta Mita. There's a nice development there called Rancho Banderas, which is a nice place for a day pass. I can take the kids there and myself for a full day of playing on the beach, and it's all inclusive, so it's all you can eat and drink. And the three of us, about $150 US for the full day. Okay, so we're going north along the coast. I can't tell you what these developments are. I don't know what that is, for example. More beach. Still headed to Punta Mita, not quite there yet. But you see what I mean? When you find a nice stretch of beach, somebody comes in and develops it. That's how the North Shore is developing. Where there's nice places to be, developers come in and they spend a lot of money to put in something really nice. And then, of course, it's private and you can't go there unless you're invited. Come on, Google Maps, help me. Okay, let's zoom out because I'm getting a little lost. There we go. That's Punta Mita. Now, Punta Mita, zoom out, please. It's not my fingers, it's the program, I promise. Yeah, there's Punta Mita. See how it forms that odd shape there sticking out? That forms the north part of the Bay of Banderas. And once you get over here to Sayulita, Higuera Blanca, Sayulita is right there. When you're surfing here, you're surfing in open ocean. This is all open ocean here. Going around the point, this is protected. And I want to make a point here about this. I don't go through the gates at Punta Mita. I actually don't think they would let me in because it's not for tourists to just come in and look around. But before you get to the gates of Punta Mita, you can turn left and head just down the hill to this area, which is called El Anclote. This is one of the best, maybe the best, beginning surfer spots. If you want to learn to surf, the surf breaks about 100 meters offshore and just sort of slowly rolls in. I know this development right here is a nice condo development that's kind of hard to get into. It's very popular. But if you want to learn to surf, this is the place to do it. So El Anclote, just before Punta Mita. So let's see. From here, I'm going to skip Punta Mita. I don't have anything to say about it. If you're going there, you probably know why. Anyway, a couple of things I want to mention as we head up the coast a little further. If you can go past a place called Higuera Blanca, which is just about where we are now. And there's also this green area that you see right in front of you in the middle of the map. Is another private development with access down to the beach. Litibu, there's a sign on the highway for Litibu, and a European hotel development company called Iberostar put an Iberostar location here. I don't know if I'm looking at it or not. I think not. I think it's more recent and you can't see it. But it's like Las Vegas on the beach. Marble floors, all-day buffet, organized activities for the kids all day long. It's pretty cool. Expensive. Moving up the coast. Here again you can see how you go from beaches to no beach at all. And where the jungle is and the rocky points are, nobody's bothered to try to develop that. It could even be ejido land. I'm not sure. There's a lot of ejido land in this area. But we're about to come to the most famous unknown surfing spot in the world, and that, of course, is Sayulita, where everybody has been. There it is. Let's zoom out a little bit. There's Sayulita. Okay, so we took the drive from Punta Mita through Litibu to Sayulita. Sayulita has grown quite a bit. I have a friend who lives in Sayulita, and since he's been there, he says the population has doubled, and they've actually outgrown their infrastructure, which is a problem because when your sewer backs up, that's not something you can fix. Sayulita is known for its surfing, but to surf The waves that you see here in the open ocean, you have to be good. Don't even think about it. If you don't know, if you're a beginner, you'll drown. It's a nice place to come for an evening. It's kind of a place to meet people, and people I know from Puerto Vallarta who come up to Sayulita for the day usually get a hotel room and spend the night, because after you party in Sayulita, you don't really want to drive all the way back to Puerto Vallarta. I'll stop one more. I'll go one more place, then we're going to stop. This is San Francisco, also called San Pancho. I like San Pancho. San Pancho is quiet. It's rural, has a rural feel to it. There are lots of bed and breakfasts, little posadas, places where you can spend the night. It's gotten expensive awfully fast. Well, I shouldn't say that. They were developing Sayulita 20 years ago. I mean, San Francisco 20 years ago. But if I want to get away from it and just have a quiet day on the beach, or take the kids for a weekend and have a quiet weekend on the beach, again, you can see the beach is wide, long, pretty. It's one of my favorite spots. Good place just to go and relax. North of here is Lo de Marco, which is right there, which is it's not quite as developed as San Pancho. I spent some time on the beach here one day. We actually met some friends who took us out in a boat. Not much going on, and then you can go further north as you wish. But I think that's as far north as we'll go today, because we're just about at the limit of how far you want to drive in a day, to, or at least for a one-day trip from Puerto Vallarta. Zoom out, recap. Lo de Marco, San Pancho, Sayulita, going down the coast, Punta Mita, Punta Mita, and just before Punta Mita, El Anclote, just various developments along the North Shore, too numerous to name. I don't know them all. La Cruz de Guanacaste, one of my favorite places. Various developments there, and in northern Bucerias. Look at the beach from northern Bucerias all the way down to Nueva Vallarta. That's Nueva Vallarta's marina. The Vedanta Group's development here right at the Rio Ameca. And it brings us back to the marina where we started.